It is Conference USA football tonight, live from Miami. Pitbull Stadium as FIU hosts Delaware. Now, Panthers coach Willie Simmons has FIU off to a strong start this season, while Ryan Carty leads Delaware into its first ever Conference USA game tonight. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Alongside Kim Bocamper, I'm Steve Goldstein. Hey, let's focus, Bo, on the running game for both of these teams. And we start with FIU. Willie Simmons has brought this smash-mouth football ideology to Miami, and Keyshawn Owens has really been the beneficiary of it.
KJ Owens, it's a perfect fit for Willie Simmons' run-first offense. He's a powerful guy. He can bust through the hole, but he's got speed to turn the corner and to take a long haul in. We've seen him at 7.2-yard average, 4 touchdowns. And the Panthers' offensive line is going to be a help because they're improving each and every other week. Now you go into Delaware, senior running back Joe Silver, he has and the Blue Hens also bring in a big offensive line. They're going to try to bully the Panthers in this game. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it. This is going to be it's going to make for a big match.
Great. Awesome. Backs, we go to the quarterbacks. There's a look at Conference USA preseason offensive player of the year, Keywan Jenkins, the junior out of Miami.
Boy, Keywan has done a good job, as the season started on, getting into the thick of it right now into the schedule. We saw him last week, guy an offense that wanted to run the ball, push the ball down the field and do that, and his ability to throw the football has been unparalleled. So, I think his comfort in the offense, and we've seen Willie Simmons kind of change that offense, a little different personality in each of the last 3 games. So I'm assuming that this is going to be one where they're going to lean on that offensive line, run the football. Look, Keon can put it under his arm and go with the best of him. He had a couple big runs last week. So I think the balance of run to pass in this offense with Keon running the show is going to be very effective tonight.
All right, and Nick Minicucci, the quarterback for Delaware, we'll see him first. The junior, the starter, Zach Marker, got hurt. First drive of the season, so Nick Minicucci came in last week, a big game against Connecticut. FIU has won the toss. They're wearing the baby blue jerseys here at home at Pitbull Stadium, South Day Kia Field, Conference USA opener, and the first ever Conference USA game for Coach Ryan Carty and the Delaware Blue Hens, and we are underway as Delaware will get it first. Kickoff into the end zone, and that is a touchback. So Minicucci leads the Blue Hens offense onto the field. He had an overtime run of 13 yards last week at home against Connecticut, a thrilling come from behind overtime win. He had 1 touchdown passing last week, 3 rushing touchdowns. This is his 9th career start, and Bo, he can do it with his feet, so we'll see how FIU defensively handles the running quarterback.
Well, he's got 1 more carry than the running back, so they do like to run the football with him. He's got 9 touchdowns, 5 passing, and 4 running the game, so he can do it with both ways.
Minicucci will start giving it to Silver. Met at the line of scrimmage and maybe squeaked through for a yard. Big Quaylen Hill was in there for FIU. Now, the FIU defense missing stud cornerback Brian Blades tonight as we look at Minicucci's season so far. Blades with a foot injury. The good news is next week the Panthers have a bye. He will likely be back along perhaps with Percy Courtney, the linebacker, who's out again tonight. 2nd and 8 for Delaware on the opening drive of the game. Simmons and Davis on the edges for FIU. Minicucci throwing sideline, and that is complete into place. He's out of bounds right at the marker.
Yeah, Victor Evans in there for Blades. Just tried to undercut it a little bit, but nice pass, nice catch on the sideline by the Blue Hens.
Yeah, it was actually Sean Wilson making the catch, the sophomore. Started every game this year. He's a yard short. So it brings up 3rd and 1 for Delaware. Both teams come in at 2-1. Off victories last week. Here's Silver to carry, has some room. And taken down at the 46-yard line. On the tackle was the freshman Josiah McGrew, but on the ground, Joe Silver gets the first down. The senior out of New Jersey had a $179, a career high last week in the win over Connecticut.
Second best average per carry in Conference USA, and He's a scat back. And again, this offensive line that they've put together is a pretty solid bunch of guys. They can lean on him pretty hard in this game. They do protect the quarterback pretty well, too.
All right, on first down, they empty out the backfield, fake the jet sweep. Minakuchi lobs it downfield, has a wide open man at the 35. And down to the 30-yard line. And to the 27. Oh, missed coverage there.
Yeah, somebody got a busted coverage. You saw two guys that were near him, but obviously not close enough. And, you know, maybe that's something with Blades being out. You know, you got to get that talk to each other. You got to get the communication going early in this football game.
It was Wilson again, who comes in with 10 catches, 118 yards on the season. That's third on the team. He's got a couple of grabs early. And Delaware's in business on its opening drive. Little shovel pass ahead. That'll pick up a few yards. Again, Hill was in there along with Sterling and Josiah Taylor at linebacker. Here's the play before.
Yeah, you can see him just running, no one in the area right there. Yeah, that's certainly a breakdown.
2nd and 7 inside the FIU 25. Conference USA opener here tonight in Miami. Silver dragged down by a few Panthers. Again, Hill and Taylor in there after a gain of a few. Brings up third, about 3 to go.
Quaylen Hill already on 2 big stops right there. He stuffed that first one and showed a little bit of his athletic ability to get outside. There he is.
That's your guy.
Q Hill, Mr. 700.
That's it, the big squats. And it may be more. You know,
yeah,
they say 700,
right.
It might be more. There's speculation going on in that FIU weight room. Third down situation for Minakuchi. Silver, the carry. Drags a couple of tacklers forward, got close to it. It's a good effort by Silver on the ground. Simmons there for the tackle. You would think it's 2-down territory here for the Blue Hens.
Panthers front four there, they kind of tried to slant into it, and he was able to cut back and find some space.
And indeed, they ran it. It was third and about 4.
Yep.
They get a couple, and now, well, let's see.
Injury timeout.
Lined up to go for it, but now we get an injury timeout. So 4th down here, the opening drive for Delaware. One of the offensive linemen went out.
It was his finger. Just run off the field.
So it's 4th and 2 now at the 19.
You say this is a run pass offense. They can do it either way. Do it well. Here we're getting a timeout.
Yeah, now they'll get the full. So a timeout call by Delaware on 4th down. Boy, an impressive way to start in Conference USA for Delaware. Beautiful night for football right now anyway, a kickoff here in South Florida.
It's be a good time to dash their hopes a little bit, get a good stop here, turn the ball over, and let's get our offense back on there, the Panthers offense back on the field, and see what they can do. But yeah, pretty impressive so far what the Blue Hens have done.
I'm loving those FIU baby blue uniforms.
I hate to correct you, Goldie, but these are Biscayne blue.
Like I said, Biscayne
blue jerseys.
I appreciate the correction. What, are you kidding me? This is the first game, by the way, for Delaware in the state of Florida since 1948 when they played Rollins College up north.
Wow.
Yeah, head coach Ryan Carty, he's only 42 years old. He didn't even know what Rollins College was.
Where'd you dig for that piece of trivia?
You know, I spoke to Coach Carty. I asked him, hey, would you ever think you're coaching in Pitbull Stadium? He said, well, the closest I've gotten, my wife is Cuban, but she's from New Jersey. So here we go on 4th down. Coach Carty and Delaware to go for it. Silver in it, running back. Minakuchi to throw over the middle, complete at the 10. And that's good for the first down, the tight end, Widoff.
Yeah, it's a little short crossing route. He's able to get the ball a little bit up so the tight end could reach for it. Wilhoff.
So Delaware continues the drive. Impressive. Gone 4.5 minutes here to start this game. This is the 9th play of the drive. Minacucci with plenty of time, surveying, looking, goes sideline, and just threw it away. Silver was cutting inside. He got rid of it. Good coverage there by the Panthers defensively.
Yeah, they had nowhere to go with that one. Like to see a little pressure come in there, and you know, when a play like that where you can't find somebody, nice to get one of those guys sneak through a hole somewhere and put a little pressure on him.
Yeah, you mentioned the size of that Delaware offensive line in the open. They've been doing a good job in this first drive.
They are.
They can get a first down without the touchdown. They're just outside the 10. Minacucci, quick, outside, complete. And good tackle there by Sterling on Kelly, the junior from Gainesville, Florida. Shamir Sterling had a great game last week for FIU.
He got himself in balance, didn't take the fake, was able to wrap him up and wait for some of his friends to come in and clean up a little bit.
Another third down situation. Blue Hens, 1 for 2 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down. They bring the blitz off the edge. They pick it up. Minacucci, end zone, tipped away at the last second. Big defensive play by Sterling in the end zone. The intended receiver was Kyrie DePlacy, and that brings up fourth down, and Delaware is going to kick the field goal.
Well, it's the same thing when the Florida Atlantic game started. He was all over the field, Sterling, making plays here and there, and that was a big one for them. Keeps them out of the touchdown. Now they've got to take a field goal.
Yeah, Sterling, one of those young players in that FIU secondary. Again, playing tonight without star Brian Blades that had played well early in the season. Now Nate Reed on for the field goal. And the chip shot is good. So the Delaware Blue Hens, first ever Conference USA game. Good drive. They go 11 plays, and they get the 3 to grab the lead in Miami. South Day Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium. Delaware on top, 3-0 over FIU. You know, something Kim Bokamper would never do in college a few years ago, that's be on the computer perhaps studying while the football game is going on.
First of all, I wouldn't be able to find the library.
Correct.
That would be one, and the computer would just be annoying me because I can't work that either. So
there you go. In any event, we're good here at South Day Kia Field, Pitbull Stadium. Steve Goldstein, Kim Bokamper. Conference USA opener in the first ever game for Delaware. 12 plays, 68 yards, 5.5 minutes, and they cash in on the field goal from Nate Reed and take a 3-0 lead. Good job by FIU. The defense stiffening up when they got down near the end zone. Now John Pierre is going to get a chance. No, it goes to the short man at the 15 John Pierre, one of the best returners in the country, Conference USA preseason special teams player of the year, but he didn't get the opportunity. But now the opportunity for Kewan Jenkins and this FIU offense, which has been so effective. Kejon Owens, running back, comes in 10th in the nation.
Yeah, rushing yards and second in both rushing yards and all-purpose yards in the conference. So, boy, he's been a solid player all season long. And you know, with him, that offensive line they've got, and Kewan at the Miami Central connection there, been very, very effective.
That's Owens set up behind Jenkins, and here they go on the ground. Hole there, he got about 7 on first down. You know, Willie Simmons says we got to win that line of scrimmage, head coach for FIU. Every Tuesday, FIU calls it Tough Tuesday. They run the ball. There's no RPOs, nothing else. And Willie Simmons wants to set that mindset. Meanwhile, this is something Delaware does not want to see. KT Say is perhaps their best defensive player, one of the best, and he is down on the first play from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he is. So it's one of those guys you don't want to lose, and he brings experience and leadership in that secondary. With him out of there, it's going to be a struggle to fill that hole.
Oh boy, real team leader, junior.
Yeah, looks like he got rolled up right behind him. Number 2 kind of rolled up on his leg in pretty awkward position.
Now's his teammate Pollard, so good to see him up. He slowly, though, heads to the sideline. Delaware Blue Hens only loss this season was a road loss in Colorado. Same story kind of for FIU, was a road loss in game number 2 at Penn State. Both teams at 2-1.
You know, you talk about KJ. You like the way he maneuvers in the tight spaces, and he always seems to find some little crease. Hard to get him, hard to stop him with no yards, because he's always squeezing through somewhere.
Officially got 6 on that first down carry. Jenkins to throw. Big Alex Perry, the spin move, and then he got hit hard. He got the first down. The big stick by Gavin Mole, the linebacker.
Yeah,
second team Conference USA preseason.
Yeah, Mole's their big hitter on that defense, and boy, he got the right target to play. Look at this. That tight end gets up, a little high up there, and spins around. There you go.
Mole led the team in tackles last year for Delaware, but Perry got the first down. McNeil, the man in motion. Jenkins looking left, sideline for Perry, incomplete. Little bit too far for him. Tight coverage there by Nate Evans.
Yeah, Nate Evans kind of a little hand fighting down the field, but nothing to get the flag out of the pocket of the referees. So.
Yeah, something the Panthers want to do, you know, a few more shots downfield. They hit Perry for the touchdown last week against Florida Atlantic. Took a shot at it there.
Well, I think this team is built to do whatever they want to do. If they want to run, they could play that run game. Passing is short, intermediate. I think it's a pretty complete offense that they've put together here, Willie Simmons.
Jenkins facing a blitz, gets rid of it over the middle. It was tipped, and it is complete. Trainer on the tackle on the tight end, Dallas Payne. Gain of 7 yards.
Let's get the tight ends involved. Like last week, a little later they got involved, but get them involved early and see what they can do. It's always nice to have a tight end that can do something in the middle of the field, even if it just takes their concentration off some of the other people who are wide.
Yeah, and the Panthers done a terrific job early in the season, but with these manageable third down situations, these third and shorts, and then you got Kewan with his legs as well, so you can beat the defense a lot of ways. He goes under center here, puts Perry in motion. Handoff, Owens, first down, midfield and more. Down the sideline, KJ Owens still on his feet inside the 20 and pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Owens with a huge run.
Well, it bounces out, and looks like the guy was going to get him around the shoestrings, was able to get past him, and just couldn't get quite to the end zone. What another run, nice run.
They line it up quickly out on the flat, McNeil. And he's hammered down at the 11-yard line. They picked up about 4 yards as the Panthers hurry up the offense.
Well, McNeil's got to come out. His helmet came off. Look at it, just gets outside. Nice blocking, and then just gets through there. Had to slow down enough just to get let the cavalry come in and bring him down.
Owens with a 39-yard pop. Now it's 2nd and 5 at the 10. And now a timeout called by FIU.
Timeout, FIU.
They want to talk it over. They're answering the Delaware opening drive, getting down into the red zone.
Yeah, and having to use a timeout doing so. Look at this, good blocking. You get a kick-out block right there. He finds the space, and then look, he got. If he wouldn't have kind of, got down to the knee a little bit, he would have gone the whole way. But just slowed him down enough so the other guy could come and make it. Hey, so Willie Simmons played against Delaware while he was playing at the Citadel. Played quarterback, went 14 for 194 passing against his only game against the Blue Hens.
Now he's coaching against
there
him.
It is.
Willie now with FIU, his first year as head coach. First ever meeting between these two schools. So after the timeout, Owens in at running back. 2nd down for the Panthers. Owens met at the line of scrimmage, and he's hauled down there. So the Blue Hens defense trying to tighten up. You had big Keyshawn Hunter leading the charge on the tackle.
Yeah, nothing there.
You wonder if FIU's thinking this is going to be 4-down territory for them. Kewan Jenkins, see him motioning, let's get the play here. Blue Hens make some substitutions. 3 receivers all out to the right, including on the far side, McGuire Anderson, who had the big game last week against Florida Atlantic. He's FIU's leading receiver early in the season. Jenkins to throw. Looking. End zone intercepted. It's picked off in the end zone by Pollard.
You saw Perry in the corner, and the corner just sat there, and he just didn't get enough air in that ball to get it over the defender.
Tough one there for Jenkins. The Panthers were in the red zone, but the Blue Hens defense comes up with the big play. The senior, Pollard, with the pick in the end zone.
This is where your ambition takes flight, at a top-ranked research university in the heart of Miami. This is where we crush cancer, explore oceans, and pioneer sustainable solutions. This is where we push limits and challenge conventions, where tomorrow's leaders make their mark.
Hesitation, Delaware back on the ball here as we're back with you from Miami. Delaware able to get the big defensive play in the end zone for the interception. Second drive of the game, and Akuchi out wide. That's broken up. Good defensive play there by Ashton Levels for the Panthers against Sessoms, the tight end.
Yeah, Levels just gets in, big hand in there, knocks it down, and well, I think I think every game we've done so far, we've seen people try a little up tempo and on both sides of the ball. Maybe it's something about Pitbull Stadium. They want to get going, want to get moving.
First interception of the season thrown by Kewan Jenkins for FIU. Empty backfield now for Minakuchi. We haven't seen him take it with his feet yet, and now he will up the middle. And he got about 2 yards. That's it. FIU played that well at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Quaylen Hill again in on the tackle.
Big guys up there really playing stout right now, trying to punch it through the middle, and it's going to take a while to kind of get any penetration with those guys.
Minakuchi's quite a story. Had only a partial scholarship out of high school. He won a playoff game as a true freshman. Then he got the scholarship and started the season as the backup. The injury to Zach Marker. And here's Minakuchi off that big overtime win over Connecticut, taking on FIU in the Conference USA opener. 3rd and 8 now. Back to pass, under pressure, wrapped up and taken down. Davis got in there first, and then Big Sue cleaned it up for the Panthers.
Yes, he did. He had him made him pull the ball down, looking to get inside, and there was a big number 19 there waiting to give him a big bear hug and get that one stopped. good defensive series. Look at this. Just kind of pushes his guy back and doesn't stop moving.
10th time Inakuchi's been sacked this year, and what a big response after the interception to get him 3 and out. Little high snap, that's handled. And a fair catch signaled and called for and taken at the 45-yard line by Jean-Pierre. So that's where Kewan Jenkins and the offense will get another crack at it for the Panthers with Delaware up 3-0.
This is where your ambition takes flight, at a top-ranked research university in the heart of Miami. This is where we crush cancer, explore oceans, and pioneer sustainable solutions. This is where we push limits and challenge conventions, where tomorrow's leaders make their mark, studying storms, building resilience, and driving impact. This is where you harness your potential and grow unstoppable. Step into the future at Florida International University.
Make it work.
Touchdown, Bearcats. Knocks down the 3.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh,
Life, it's joyous and at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey, it's Spiro. And when you need to make your next local move, call the locally trusted expert, The Good Greek. As a former police officer and now as your trusted mover, I've made South Florida my home. So whether you're moving from Miami to Lauderdale or Boca to Stewart, call your local moving experts at Good Greek Moving and Storage. Our movers are professionally trained at our own Superhero Movers Academy to ensure the best move ever. Schedule your local move today at goodgreek.com.
your superhero movers.
FIU gets the football back. Welcome back, everybody, to Miami. Delaware and FIU Conference USA opener. And Kewan Jenkins and the Panthers offense wearing the Biscayne blue jerseys and pants tonight. Kewan Jenkins actually his second interception of the season. They had one at Penn State on the last drive. And now, after the hold by the Panthers defense, FIU's got good field position.
Got to come away with some points on this drive, Gold.
Now, it was a good drive in the first one, but the mistake down in the end zone, they came up empty. Jenkins in play action with time. Throws complete inside the 40. Perry shakes the tackler. Alex Perry to the 20. Down the sideline, and Perry forced out of bounds. First and goal for FIU.
That's the way you want to start it. Get it down there. Looked like he might tight walk his way into the end zone there, but just couldn't balance himself.
Big Alex Perry off to a great start tonight. The transfer from Hawaii. They line it up quickly. Carey now in at running back. Gets the call, bangs his way to the 2-yard line.
Ball carrier, number 6, Anthony Carey.
Well, this is the way you answer an interception, 3 and out. Stuff it down their throats going in.
Kewan keeps it himself on the fake and walks into the end zone. Jenkins, touchdown, FIU.
Good answer, good drive. I tell you what, give a lot of credit to that offensive line. You know, and especially with Kewan, you throw an interception, the next ball you throw is perfect and gets you right on the doorstep, so he feels pretty good about that.
Well, you said they wanted to get something out of that drive. Do you call 3 plays? Is that officially a drive?
I believe
it's real
so.
Quick. It did not take long, and the Panthers have their first lead of the game. Sorencha, who's been perfect on his extra points and field goals this year, remains that way. And the big play in that drive was the pass play, Jenkins to Alex Perry.
Yeah, ball fake freezes some people here, right? Gets up, sees us just crossing the field, making a man, you know what? Going that one-way direction, you make that man miss. Big play.
It is game number 4, and Kewan Jenkins, FIU quarterback, has 4 rushing touchdowns. He took that one in from 2 yards to give the Panthers the lead.
Yeah, that was a really nice drive. He answered, and look, this is you can expect Delaware to come back. They're averaging over 28.7 yards or 7 points per game. So you can expect some fireworks coming back from them. This could be a pretty exciting game all the way through.
Alex Perry, a big start, the big wide receiver for FIU. There was Jenkins, good ball fake. And Kewan, the Miami native, took it in. Now Grant to kick off. And Pollard will get a chance from his own 5-yard line. To the 20. Cross the 30. Big return by Pollard out to the 40, and the kicker, Noah Grant, had to eventually make the tackle.
Yeah, some pretty bad tackling in there. He just kind of took a diagonal towards the middle of the field, and it just seemed like he just kept running by people. You'd like to get someone to kind of stop him or at least slow him a little bit.
Well, good field position.
Yep.
For Minicucci in the offense, the 6'2", 215-pound junior from New Jersey. Willie Simmons said, hey, he's dynamic, and a quarterback that can run poses different problems for the defense. Aguilonier and Hill in the interior of that FIU defensive line. Davis and Simmons on the outside. Minicucci the fake. Davis nearly had him in the backfield, slowed him down enough for no gain.
Yeah, it would be nice to get him back there, but at least you made him change direction, get back into the middle of the line of scrimmage, and where you had some people there that could bring him down.
This Delaware team, 9 wins in each of the last 2 seasons. Now the step up to FBS and Conference USA. You know, under Ryan Carty, they're 20-3 at home, but only 8-9 on the road. Been the head coach since 22, played on the 03 national title team for Delaware. Minicucci has pressure rolling out. Now some time, looking, sideline, tipped away and incomplete. Etienne with a good play there in coverage.
Yeah, steps up, gets mid on the football. Minicucci had time to run out there. He kind of spun away from a tackle and bought some time. but couldn't get set and put his feet on the ground and throw it the way he wanted to.
So some big pass breakups by the FIU secondary already in this first quarter without star Brian Blades in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, Simmons took an inside move and forced him out of the pocket.
Now third down. Delaware 1 for 4 on third downs in the game. Minakuchi throws complete right near midfield. Patterson made the catch right near the first down marker, and it looks like they're going to give him the forward motion, and that should be good for the first.
Well, I tell you what, you might want to keep an eye on Simmons. He's kind of taking his guy upfield. He's giving him a one. He's setting him up for a two-way go every time, and really getting a lot of pressure on. He did it the last play. This one was no different.
Max Patterson transferred from Rutgers last year. Got enough for the first down out near midfield. Now on the ground, and a little bit of room there for Ellison. Gains about 6 yards. Transfer from Tulsa, the senior. He's giving Silver a little bit of a break. Now, so far this first quarter, the offensive coordinators are probably very happy. The D coordinators not so much.
No.
Team's moving the football.
But I think both offenses are running the way they want to run. You know, they're both having their way right now. It's going to be which defense is going to step up first.
They run it again, and all kinds of room up the middle. Ellison to the 25 and bangs his way to the 24-yard line. Right up the gut.
Yeah, plenty of room for him to run. Somebody got blocked pretty well in there. Not quite sure who, but Ellison had a highway to get through.
Byron Ellison getting his first touches of the night. And effective on this drive. 2 carries, 26 yards. And after the 3 and out in their last possession, Delaware now down at the Panthers' 25. And why not? Ellison again. This time he is met and taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Quaylen Hill with yet another tackle. And they could let this quarter.
I think Robert Williams had a kind of got him upfield, made him turn back a little bit.
Yeah, Williams hasn't had that many snaps. The redshirt freshman out of Miami, Columbus High School, but he's in there now. They'll get one more playoff here. And Minakuchi's looking to throw. He's got his man. Patterson broke it up. He had it in his hands, and then who else? Mr. Clark made the play.
Welcome to Mr. Clark, right? Shake his hand. You're going to see him a lot more. I'll tell you, this right tackle for Delaware is struggling a little bit with anybody who's on him. I think they might be trying to take numbers to see if they can line up over there and try to get a couple sacks this game.
Yeah, now he's got to handle Davis on the edge. They switch sides, Simmons and Davis. It's third down and 9 to go for Delaware. Minakuchi throws. That's complete at the 20. Ashton Levels with the quick tackle well short of the first down. Sean Wilson made the catch.
That's the end of the first quarter.
End the first quarter. So Delaware will have a 4th and 5 at the FIU 20. An offensive opening quarter here in Miami in the Conference USA opener. It's FIU leading Delaware 7-3 after one quarter. Delaware Blue Hens going to lead the offense on the field here. They won't try the 37-yard field goal. Instead, they'll go for it on 4th down. They're 1-1, 1-for-1 tonight so far on 4th. So Nick Minicucci and the Delaware offense will give it a try on 4th. Minicucci throws incomplete. It was a little short, intended for Duplessis. The defensive back actually lost an edge there, but did enough. And Minicucci thinks he let one get away.
I think he just threw it too short, and looked like one of their receivers stumbled and went down, and really wasn't anything there for that. But you take that chance, 4th down in that situation, like where you're throwing in the middle of two. I think you're throwing it to the middle of them, and whichever one gets there is who's going to catch it. But good coverage by the Panthers.
So they take over on downs at their own 20-yard line. FIU's offense effective in the first quarter, 118 yards. Pretty split between the pass and the rush. Now Kewan Jenkins, well, he had an empty backfield, and they do the big shift. KJ Owens in at running back, 45 yards in the first quarter on the ground. Here he goes again. It's Owens. And they just tripped him up. Big defensive play there by the shoestring by Dylan Traynor, the linebacker.
Just cut back. He saw a little lane in the backside, and Traynor there to get him by the shoestring. Nice tackle by him, but pretty good break by Owens.
3-time team captain Dylan Traynor, 24 tackles this year. He just added to that. So 2nd down, 7 to go. Jenkins gets things set up. Little play action. Kewan steps up, deep middle, incomplete. He overshot McGuire Anderson. KT Say, good to see him back in the game for the Delaware defense, along with Evans in coverage.
Yeah, they brought one of the tight ends out, and then Anderson just went down the field. Looked like he had an opportunity there. Little high throw. Yep. Had to get that up there. There were 2 defenders right around him.
Kimbo Camper fan club now on the field.
There it is. It's my one and only.
Led by the Blue Hen himself, number 00.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the kid behind
him. Too. He's escorting the Blue Hen into the tunnel again. He's leaving. What's going on there?
He's seen enough.
All right, 3rd down, Jenkins. Lob towards midfield, and it's intercepted. 2nd interception for Pollard already in the game.
Yeah, Jenkins was getting pressured. People all around him. I think he just threw that one up and hoping that one of his guys would come up with it.
1st down, Delaware.
Well, it's the equivalent of, I guess, kind of a short punt.
Yep.
Obviously, it's good field position. Line of scrimmage was the 23, and the Blue Hens take over at their own 45.
Yeah,
Guessing that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, the ball was just floating up there. I mean, I think his arm, he couldn't kind of extend his arm extended as much as possible with someone in his face. He's not getting any sympathy, though.
No, Willie Simmons, head coach for FIU. Long conversation there with Jenkins. Willie will not like that, the turnovers. 2nd of the game. Now Minicucci. Quick over the middle, complete. The tight end Widoff makes the catch into FIU territory.
Mr. Clark in there to make the hit. He's always a pretty active player back there.
Yeah, Clark, 9 tackles last week against Florida Atlantic to lead the way. Had that big interception before halftime. But a good gain on 1st down for Delaware. Minicucci firing, looking for it all. Flag on the play, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pass interference. There are 3 receivers on that side.
He was going for Wilson.
Holding. Defense. Number 27.
Yeah,
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
So defensive holding on FIU.
Offensive line short sets on him. Yep.
1st down and
Couldn't see the penalty, but it was early, about midway through that route.
Inside the 40 now. Run up the middle, Silver with room. Inside the 25 and finally taken down by Cheney. Big gain on first down, and there's an injured Panther
Timeout.
down on the field, and it's Ashton Levels, the cornerback. Oh boy, Panthers are ready without Brian Blades tonight with injury.
See what happens here. Take a couple good moves he threw on there. Josiah McGrew just kind of got flat-footed.
And Levels in
That's
obvious
tough, like
discomfort.
you said, with Blades out, with him out, starting to get a little thin in that cornerback spot.
So effective running by Delaware. They popped a couple of big ones. Well, the concern for the Panthers right now is Ashton Levels. He's up. Just about. And good to see him jogging off the field on his own.
Yeah, I think they're looking at his shoulder, upper body. Hopefully it's something that'll allow him to come back in the game.
But Delaware again in FIU territory down at the 23-yard line. Back and forth we go. Both teams' offenses have had good drives, some big plays, and have moved the ball efficiently, even though it's only 7-3. Silver dances his way up the middle, inside the 20.
And off is number 27, Joe Silver. Brought down by 0.
They had 54 an offensive lineman standing out by a wide receiver.
Gain of 4 yards on the play.
In that formation.
Second down and 6.
Not quite sure what that was about.
Levels is back in the game for FIU. On that left side, man coverage against DePlacy. Oh, big room, Silver, and he's got the first down.
Ball carrier for the Blue Hens, number 27, Joe Silver.
Pretty good ball fake in the backfield. Froze a lot of people.
Silver preseason Doak Walker Award candidate. He's the featured back for first time as a senior, and he's off to a big start to the season. Had 260 yards in the first 3 games. He's got 38 already in this one. Third down now. He did not get the first. They need a yard. And Silver's got it and more, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Joe Silver. Delaware's got the lead.
Yeah, they found something in the middle of that line that's giving them some running room there. Goes in, makes one cut, and there's just green grass in front of him.
So Delaware answers the FIU quick touchdown drive with a quick one of their own. That only took 5 plays. And Reed on for the extra point. High into the stands and good. Joe Silver, 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And back and forth we go for the second time tonight. The Blue Hens are on top in Miami. are back here in Miami, and what do you do at a 10-7 game in the second quarter? I'm not sure what they call that game. Is it bubble ball?
I think put people in bubble balls and let them knock each other down.
Right, that's the official name of the contest.
One guy in these, you got no socks on down there. You can't get in that bubble with no socks.
Well, the other
Everybody knows that.
The other person's got the Kimbo Camper 1970s bell bottoms on. We'll get to that later.
Right.
Here was that interception that started the Delaware drive.
Yeah. Leads to a touchdown and a 10-7 lead. And those last two drives, the Panthers' defensive front, we're really not doing a whole lot to stop the run. Two big gashes through there on that drive.
So John Pierre, along with Russ Fournier back there for FIU. Fournier's had a really strong season on special teams. Reed to kick off. And that's a good kick all the way through the end zone. No return attempt for John Pierre. So Kewan Jenkins, this has been odd.
Yeah.
But one interception, only one turnover in the first 3 games of the season. Pollard's got 2 picks tonight already.
Yeah, he's protected the ball well, so far, and then tonight, really uncharacteristic of Kewan Jenkins, getting those 2 balls up there. The one he just kind of threw up in the air, and you just can't have it. So look, he's still got plenty of time. Get this offense in gear. You might want to kind of get back to the run a little bit. Kind of get everyone settled down and get back into a rhythm. And look, you don't need to press anything right now. There's plenty of time. But again, we talk about this. This Blue Hens team scores a lot of points each and every week.
They run it on first down, and nothing doing there.
Good contained by the Blue Hens. Got up in field, gave Owens nowhere to go.
Yelbert in a defensive tackle made the stop, and a loss of 1 for Owens. So Delaware has been impressive so far in their Conference USA debut. On the road, FIU 2-0 at home this season. Jenkins to throw over the middle. That's John Pierre. He's got it at the 29-yard line. Immediately Say made the tackle. 3rd and 6 now.
You've got to get a first down here. You can't be forced to punt the ball again.
Dallas Payne comes in at tight end. They've got Cayenne in there as well. 2 tights over on that left side. And here's Jenkins. Firing complete. McNeil gets there. Good effort after the catch to charge ahead by Kyle McNeil for an FIU first down.
Yeah, he's about a half a yard short when he caught the ball, but was able to just kind of lean into it and get that first down. That's an important first down right there. They just need to, like I said, let's get this team settled down and take the shots when they're available. Good protection up front.
McNeil out of Riviera Beach, Florida, keeps the sticks moving. They go to the run, and again, not much there for Owens. It was Gavin Mold to make the tackle for Delaware. Now starting to do a better job against this vaunted FIU ground game.
Yeah, they are Mold, active linebacker, gets out there and looked like there was some space to run, but he closed it up really quickly, and he's a sure tackler.
Well, one thing you know about Willie Simmons and this FIU offense, they are going to keep on running it. Willie says, hey, you better buckle the chin straps and be ready at the line of scrimmage when you come in here to Pitbull Stadium. And there it is on the ground again. Owens got a couple. Well, that's it. That time, Dylan Traynor, the linebacker, made the tackle.
Yeah, these two linebackers for got a Delaware player down. But the 2 inside linebackers, sure tacklers. They're active. They get to the line of scrimmage and they go downhill when they're making tackles.
And Anthony Crenshaw got shaken up on the play for Delaware. So they'll tend to him now. Couple runs only produced a couple of yards for FIU. It's 3rd down now for the Panthers.
They're starting to stunt some of their guys on the line of scrimmage. That one was kind of probably a safety, kind of cutting inside, forcing Owens to bounce out where there are a couple of guys ready to take him down there. But yeah, they need to figure this out, because I think they're trying to clog up as many holes as they can and not give them those gashing runs that we saw early on in the game.
Now they take a look at Crenshaw.
So 2 guys inside and 2 guys left outside to pick up the runner. Had a lot, you know, you get him, you force him to run laterally, and it's a lot easier, you know, to come up and make those plays. Unless if he's coming straight at you with a 2-way go, that's where you get your yardage.
Crenshaw able to walk off the field. FIU had that big win for the first time in 7 years against Florida Atlantic last week. They won the Shula Bowl here at home. You know, talked to Willie Simmons. He said, hey, we got a 24-hour rule. Enjoy the win by Sunday at 4 o'clock. That's it. It's over. But right now, Delaware coming in here, giving FIU all it can handle in this first ever meeting between the two schools. There's movement there.
Yeah.
And
good job.
The defense encroached.
Goes with the hard count, pulls them off sides, gets a little free yardage, makes that 3rd down
they
a
put
lot
it,
easier.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
They go it against FIU.
Wow.
So from 3rd and 8, that's big, back to 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it's quite the opposite of what I said. Now this puts you in a really, really tough hole. This is if you're a pass rusher, this is your time. Pin your ears back. Although they've only got 3 down linemen.
Three receivers, all to Jenkins' right side, including Samaj Dempson there at wide receiver. And now Jenkins has to take a timeout. And Willie Simmons not happy over on that FIU sideline.
Yeah, nor should he be. I mean, you got to get things going. You got an opportunity to catch them off sides if someone would have moved. And then you got to take a timeout.
Well, did they get the timeout? They did not get the timeout. Instead, it is a delay of game. So 2 straight penalties there, pre-snap, and now it's 3rd and 18. All the way back at their own 29. Thought they got the timeout in time, but they did not. There's Jenkins to throw, 3rd and long. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run it. And he gets to the 38-yard line, and FIU is going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, all of a sudden this offense is kind of lost. The last couple series early on looked like it was moving pretty well. Couple turnovers, some penalties, and now you're in the fight of a life.
Set to punt it away, number 6, Trey Wilhoit. Return man back for
first time tonight.
19.
Wilhoit into punt. Duplessis is deep. And he'll fair catch inside his own 25. And that's where Nick Minicucci and Delaware will begin on offense again, leading on the road 10-7 over FIU. Now brings a pretty big series here. You know, Delaware scored its last time. And as you said, Bo, you know, finding some success on the ground up the middle. They got Zion Chapman now in there, FIU, on that defensive line, along with Carter in the middle. Here's first down, Minicucci, little fake, little throw, sideline, incomplete. It was Etienne for the 2nd time tonight with the pass breakup. It was intended for the tight end Sessoms.
Zion Chapman got in there almost, I think he's almost hit his arm a little bit, and I think he made him throw it a little quicker than he wanted to. Good pressure by him.
Broken up by number 12, Leslie Etienne.
On 2nd down, Minicucci out in the flat. Duplessis met by Levels. Ooh, they got him up high, and the flags come flying in.
Yeah.
That's going to be a penalty on FIU on the tackle.
2 defenders there. You get your hand up.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Well, things are, they got to find some way to settle down. I mean, penalties, few penalties, that's
number 19 can remain in the game due to the helmet coming off as a result of the foul.
You're just trying to get the guy down. It's not, I'm sure it's not intentional, but once you get up close to the head, anytime you get that helmet, it's just something bad's going to happen.
And instead of third down, about 3 to go, it's a first down for the Blue Hens out at their own 43. Now it's Silver on the ground, and he is immediately taken down. Good pressure there. Dante Anderson for the Panthers defensively.
Ran into Big Zion, too. Tried to bounce inside and got cleaned up.
So some personnel changes here for Javon DeWitt, defensive coordinator, after those runs, effective runs by Delaware. There's new personnel in there.
Broderick Bruton on the other side.
And it's Chapman and Carter in the middle, the 4 D linemen. Minicucci to throw. That's complete at midfield. Tackled immediately was Wilson by Taylor. Sean Wilson's got 4 catches already midway through the second quarter. Wilson, the sophomore, wide receiver. It's 3rd and 5 now. They empty the backfield. FIU brings 3. Minicucci, sideline. That is caught. And the foot was down for Silver.
Wow, what a catch.
Women on the field is a catch for a first down.
They're trying to line it up quickly. Minicucci.
Yeah, they're up tempo right now while they're moving. Let's go.
Yeah, it was ruled a catch, and they got the snap off. No, they did not. So the Minicucci was desperately trying to get that snap before.
The previous play is under further review.
The officials signaled it, but they got the review in just in time. So they'll take a look at that 3rd down catch by running back Joe Silver to see if he was in bounds.
Let's see. No, I think it's good.
Welcome to the 305, where the sun shines and the game is always on.
From the field to your front door, Apex One Inspections and Surveys has your back.
That's why we're proud to announce that we're the official inspection and survey company of FIU Athletics.
Keeping your home,
your family, and our community safe, one inspection at a time.
Dale!
At South Dade Kia, we know that finding the perfect car is like choosing the ideal pair of shoes. It has to be comfortable, stylish, and above all, make you feel good.
I hate calling my insurance company. They take forever.
Hey, remember, I got into an accident yesterday. Can you please call the car insurance company?
Oh! What else can possibly go wrong?
Don't worry, Pini Insurance is here to handle everything.
Well, Kim Bokamper's 1 for 1. You said it was a catch. It was. The call on the field was upheld. So Delaware again on the move inside FIU territory after the 3rd down completion. Starting D-line now back in there for Delaware. Minicucci. They run a trick play here, and here comes DePlacy around the end to the 40. And hauled out of bounds inside the 35-yard line by Clark. They went direct snap to the running back Silver, who then gave it to the receiver DePlacy. And they caught FIU there.
Well, you got to get the backside. You know, it's always, you got to stay deep as the deepest for contain right there. Nobody deep in the backfield to turn it in. That's just a breakdown in the defense.
Yeah, and in between, Minicucci with the flip. Big gainer there for Delaware. Now Minicucci surveying over the middle to the tight end, and that's complete. Elijah Sessoms has it inside the 15.
Mr. Clark there, but couldn't get anything done.
This Delaware offense, overtime win last week against Connecticut. They scored 44 points, and they're looking for more in this game with a 10-7 lead here in the second quarter in Miami. Minacucci rolling, throwing end zone. And it's incomplete. The flags come in. They'll say Evans got there early on Wilson.
The receiver just stopped, and Evans just ran right into him. Penalties are really starting to become a nuisance on this team right now.
Pass interference. Defense. Pass interference. Defense. Number 4. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
So 5th penalty of the night, as you mentioned, Bo, for FIU. None for Delaware so far. And they've got a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Now they go Ellison and Silver, both running backs in the game. And you would think with Minacucci, he can run as well. They'll just try to pound this in. Minacucci, 3 rushing touchdowns last week. Keeps it himself and throws end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Delaware. LaBoy with a terrific catch.
Yeah, nice throw. Put it up in the air for him to jump up and get it, and caught it between 2 defenders.
So they gave the look with the 2 running backs in there. They were going to run it. And Minacucci with a touchdown pass.
All fake. Yep, had his hand in.
And Delaware has stretched out the lead on the road against FIU. Reed's extra point, he just did sneak it in. And 14 consecutive points in their Conference USA opener from Delaware. And now it's a 17-7 lead over FIU in the second quarter. They've kind of been punched in the mouth here by the Delaware Blue Hens, who now lead this game 17-7.
Look down at that sideline, man. There's a lot of shocks, a lot of heads looking at each other, and what's going on down here. They've got to find some way to get back on track, get some energy in the game. And they got to do it quickly. You'd like to see them at least put some kind of points on the board before they go into the locker room.
Nick Minacucci, 13 of 20 for 111 yards for Delaware. Kewan Jenkins, 2 interceptions tonight, both by Myson Pollard, senior, for Delaware.
The offense just hasn't been as efficient as we've seen it all season long.
And another good kickoff right through the end zone. They won't take any chances. That one hit the back wall on the fly. So Kewan Jenkins and FIU's offense trying to get something going here before the half. First couple of drives, they walked up and down the field. One of them did end up in an interception in the end zone.
And look, the direction they're going, if they got to kick a field goal, the wind is starting to blow directly in to their faces right now.
Yeah, the breeze has picked up here in South Florida tonight. You never know what you're getting weather-wise. They give it to Demps on the jet sweep. And Delaware had it snuffed out. It's finally finished off by Noah Matthews.
Boy, Delaware is just giving them nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They're getting upfield when they need to turn plays back in. If they want to, if they want to run up the middle, they're not giving them an opportunity there. There's 2 inside linebackers being very active in this game.
Matthews with the stop, the transfer out of Kentucky. There you see the breeze on the Biscayne blue FIU flag. Top the stadium tonight.
Basically playing with just 2 guys with their hands in the dirt.
Now on 2nd and 10. Jenkins going to the air. Doesn't have anybody. Now throws, and that's tipped away, incomplete. Big defensive work there. And it was Scott to make the breakup.
Braden Staten, I think, was the receiver he's trying to throw to. And look, that ball could easily have been picked off. Jenkins had to kind of get out of the pocket in some way, and it kind of looked awkward, and tried to throw a ball in there. And here we are again, 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is the best that an opponent really has looked this year. Even the Penn State game, they had a couple of touchdowns late, but that game was 10-0 at halftime. FIU was toe-to-toe with the Nittany Lions at Happy Valley. Big 3rd down here. 3.5 to go in the half. Jenkins, they bring some pressure. Kewan trying to get away, could not do it. He's wrapped up and taken down by Hunter, and the sack by the Delaware defense.
Boy, they're just getting overwhelmed by this defense. They can't hold them off of the quarterback. They can't stop the running game.
Yeah, Hunter was in there.
Well,
Ethan Saunders as well.
Yeah, it's just guys. This is just guys that want to be there, hungry to get to the quarterback, hungry to make plays.
First sack of the night for that Delaware defense, and they forced the 3 and out. Those are so big after you get a score. Wilhoit inside his own 5-yard line. Sends DePlacy back. And he'll return. He breaks a couple of tackles. DePlacy to midfield. DePlacy down the sideline to the 20, the 10. He's gone. Touchdown, Delaware on the punt return. Kyrie DePlacy.
Well, what else can go wrong? I mean, that is just, it just cannot happen. It's, you know, there's going to have to be some hard talk in that locker room at halftime. I mean, that's just, you know, you've got penalties, you've got turnovers, you've got missed blocks, you've got missed tackles, and now you give them a return for a touchdown. Boy, that's a recipe for disaster. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, as you said, Bo, Delaware in all phases of the game, dominating right now. Reed for the extra point. That's 3 consecutive touchdowns for Delaware. DePlacy here breaks a couple of tackles to start it off, and then he did the rest on his own outside.
Yep, almost a little holding there, but still.
68 yards on the punt return. Wow, the last 5 plays of this game, Delaware gets a touchdown, a 3 and out, and then a punt return. And now FIU at home, really behind the 8 ball, 24-7.
You know, those guys over there on that Delaware, they're full of themselves now, man. They're happy as could be, and you know, I don't think they had expected to be at this position at this point, be where they're at right now with a 24-7 lead against FIU, and I don't think FIU was thinking about being here, getting ready to head into halftime, sitting back with you know, with a score like that staring them in the face.
Yeah, both coaches, you know, they want to establish that line of scrimmage. They both talked about this week. You know, Willie said, hey, you better, you know, tighten the chin straps when you come play us. Ryan Carty, head coach of Delaware, said you better bring your hard hat. Basically saying the same thing. But you know, Ryan Carty, we talked to him this week, said this is a great game to kind of gauge where we stand. Like, we think we're good, but it's our first ever Conference USA game. But it could not go any better for them in the first half.
No, look, they just came off a tough game. They just won in the last seconds of that game. And so they've been in the grinder a little bit, you know. And, you know, we saw FIU go out against Florida Atlantic last week, come in and look, they were behind the 8 ball going into the locker room, came out and just steamrolled over FAU. So, you know, they can play, they can come back and do it again here, but it's got to, you know, you almost need to get a score right now before you go into the locker room, just for the sake of giving you some hope. And then have that coach maybe put a little fire under their butts and see what happens from there.
Yeah, that sideline's got to be stunned. Things have gone very well this season for FIU, but now down 17 points against Delaware. Jean-Pierre is standing back towards the back of the end zone as the kickoff so far in this game from Nate Reed of All sailed through the end zone. Now he starts creeping up a little bit. 3 straight touchdowns for Delaware.
I expect this one to be out of the end zone too, the way that wind's blowing.
And you are correct. Just short of the wall back there on a fly. So Jenkins in the offense back on for FIU. Delaware's got over 200 yards of offense in this first half and a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, they haven't done a lot special. They're just running their plays, and they're making plays. FIU's not making plays. In fact, they're giving them yardage on penalties and mistakes, turnovers.
Drive begins at the 25. Owens gets the call. And nothing doing again. He lost a yard. And Ali came up from the secondary to make the tackle to transfer from Boston College.
You know, those are the plays we've seen in the first 3 weeks where they're breaking those plays, making someone miss and getting big yardage down the field. They've done a good job corralling him when he gets outside and trying to turn up the field. We got three guys there tackling him.
Jenkins to throw through the hands of McNeil, and that is incomplete. And quickly, it's 3rd and long.
Wow.
I mean, this is just stunning now.
Yeah. Well, you got a receiver coming towards you. You're trying to get a fastball to him, and a little bit high. Tough one to catch. But you know what? It's you got to catch him.
Delaware, big substitution there. Moved about 6 guys, half the defense in and out on 3rd and 10.
Well, I think you're going to see a big pressure as soon as that ball snapped.
Perry set up on that right side. Cox in man coverage against him. And now the whistle. And look at this. A second delay of game penalty on FIU.
Wow. Huh. No excuse. Don't look around at anybody else. Every one of these guys are doing it's playing their part, right? Coaches, players.
Devontae Lyons in running back, his first action tonight. Redshirt freshman. They're backed up, and it's 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. Jenkins trying to make something happen. He is pressured. He gets away, throws over the middle for Perry, and he's got it. No, incomplete. Broken up by Manning. The ball was there. And another 3 and out. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage, though.
So you had a 3-man rush, and they put pressure on Keon to where he had to move around the pocket and try to make something happen.
There's no foul for holding. It's 4th down.
All right, they pick up the flag. So 4th down here at the 2-minute timeout. And believe it or not, Delaware is going to get the ball again. We approach halftime here in Miami. And right now, the Blue Hens have stunned everybody in this stadium. Big lead for Delaware. Well, 24-7 Delaware, and FIU's got a punt again. Same situation as last time. Will Hoyt at his own 5. Duplessis took it back 68 yards for a touchdown. The last chance he got. Standing back at his own 40. Duplessis, 4 years at Coastal Carolina, transferred to Delaware, and he's having a big season and a big night. Will Hoyt kind of shanked that one, and it bounces near midfield. They won't give Duplessis a chance, but Delaware is going to get great field position at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, short punt. They got a $1:46 to go. And as we've seen, they can score quickly. Unfortunately, we've seen enough of that.
Yeah, and now, you talk about a big series here for the FIU defense. You start to get to that point where, you're approaching halftime, and you fall behind by any more, and you could be buried.
You got a Blue Hen offense. It's their confidence is flying high right now.
Panthers defense needs something positive. Minicucci to throw on 1st down. Lobs it down the sideline. We got a penalty flag on the play, and the catch is made anyway. What a grab by Sean Wilson.
It's coming back.
Sean Wilson.
You know, let's see, there's 2 flags. There's one down in the secondary in the pattern, and then one back by the line of scrimmage.
Probably one for holding behind the line of scrimmage, and the other one for pass interference down the field.
Well, we'll see if they offset. That'd be good news for FIU.
Yes,
Minakuchi's not too happy, so looks
There's
like
2
you're
fouls
right.
on the play, one against each team. Holding, offense, number 70. Holding, defense, number 1. Those fouls offset, first down.
So the big gain wiped out.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a
heck of a grab.
That was. Good catch. I mean, good pass. I mean, Minakuchi's throwing the ball pretty well.
So we'll do it again. First down, Delaware at their own 45. Minakuchi's pressured by Davis, lobs it sideline and out of bounds. That's sailing into the Delaware bench. Second down coming up. St. Fleur, the 3rd string running back, now in the game for Delaware.
Yeah, Josiah Tyler over there, pretty good coverage. Kind of had him pinned on the sideline. Pretty impressed by this offense that Delaware's put on the field.
.201 yards so far in the first half. Pretty even split between the ground and the air. Minakuchi throws, that's complete.
There you go.
Immediate tackle is made after the game by Duplessis. And now a timeout called by FIU, down 17. They'd like to get this
FIU.
football back.
Second time out of the half.
It'll be 3rd and about 7 or 8 to go for Delaware.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 15 seconds. 1:15. Thank
you. They need a big stop there. They brought their whole field, their team. Whole team out in the field. I'm sure it's not a pleasant conversation down there. Delaware on the other side, they got their guys all in the field. They're pretty happy about what they're talking about.
Now, referee, you see him there getting everybody back out there. Enough of this. Let's go. Let's play football. And you're also seeing, you know, some effectiveness that we really haven't seen from opposing wide receivers against FIU this year. Remember, Brian Blades, no excuse, not taking anything away from Delaware, but Brian Blades not in the lineup tonight with injury for FIU. Saw those flags, the wind picking up now in the stadium. 3rd and 7. Minakuchi throws, sideline intercepted. Big play there by Celestine. And boy, if he didn't fall down, he would have been gone for 6. But a big interception at midfield for the Panthers.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there if he didn't go down, and it was smooth sailing out. But so look, you got the ball now. Let's see what you can do. And Delaware has been playing good defense. You're gonna have to take it to them if you want to get a job done.
So big pick, and Jenkins back on the field. They're at the Delaware 48-yard line. A rare mistake tonight by Minakuchi. Not only give FIU the ball, but give them some life with some good field position. 2 timeouts left for the Panthers with $1:11 to go in the half. On the ground. To the 45 goes Lions. Got about 3. Again, good job by Delaware on that run defense. As they have tonight, Hunter led the charge there. Jenkins gets him lined up on 2nd and 7. Plenty of time to throw. Quick over the middle. That's complete. Nice move to the 35 and the 30. And then out of bounds, it's Lions again.
Yeah, good job by Lions, as you said. A couple of nice moves there to get outside and able to get out off the field and stop the clock.
I'll tell you what a turnaround. If FIU gets a touchdown here, Bo, to get out of this half, if they're down by 10.
By 10, yeah.
Remember last week against Florida Atlantic, Mr. Clark had the interception late in the first half, and that fueled a 21-point third quarter for FIU to come from behind. First down at the 31. Low snap. Jenkins picks it off his shoes. Looks, throws, middle. That's complete. Cayenne, the big tight end, to the 25. Short gain there, and FIU, let's see if they get that timeout.
They're going to get right up on the ball.
Yeah, they'll just try to run that play quickly. Spotted at the 26-yard line. And now they're on the ground. Lions got to the 21, I think just short of the first down, and now they'll get the timeout. 17 seconds to go in the half.
The ruling on the field is a first down for FIU.
All right, they did give Lions the first down.
Their third and final timeout of the half.
So what do you think? How did you get a shot in the end zone, or what, a couple of shots?
I think you get 2 shots in the end zone, but you really, look at this point, if you're going to have to settle for 3, settle for 3. I'd rather go in with 3 points than none. So if it's anything about the timing, if someone gets caught in the line of scrimmage, if you're tackling, you're going to try to lay on them a little bit, keep them from getting up quickly. But you could probably get 2 off and still get the field goal. But you can't have one of those plays where Keon is back there trying to look for a receiver, not finding him, and then you certainly would have to put the ball down and kick it.
Javion Celestine with the big interception from right
the
here.
ruling on the field
38
is the runner
yard
made
field
the
goal.
line of game. The previous play is under further review.
All right, they will review it. I mean, honestly, I didn't think Lions got there, but I mean, it'll either be third down or first.
It's a little late to call that when you're getting lined up and ready to go. I mean, you had time to figure it out. And look, I thought he did get over the line of scrimmage. I mean, I just looking at the field, but.
Well, you're 1 for 1 tonight. They reviewed that other catch by Silver, and you thought he was in. He was in. So we'll see if Bo Camper remains perfect.
I'm stand by my call because I think that's what I saw with these eyes that are kind of going south right now.
They're still hanging in there.
They're in there.
We've got a terrific look here. Yeah, it was
in front across that line of scrimmage, across the line.
Yeah, it was Cayenne, the tight end.
Yeah.
It makes a difference either way. You think that they go end zone for a shot? I mean, because if it's third down,
sure,
do you just take it and get the first down and then line it up? Or
17 seconds. Yeah, you can throw to the end zone. I mean, you can throw a little short pass, to a running back if you see him open.
Here's the one for the first down from Lions. He's got to get inside the 21. See, I thought the knee was down, but that's just me.
Yeah, but it's where the ball is when the knee's down.
Yeah. As we said, this was a very late signal in to review this because FIU had called timeout.
Taking their time, too.
Delaware head coach Ryan Carty wants to know what's going on there.
They're lined up and ready to go, and the other refs are still looking in the in the box now.
I mean, literally everybody's ready to go.
Hey guys, we're ready to go. Come on.
The officials are still reviewing this.
Both things are on the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
They placed the ball.
Well, FIU's ready to run the play, and they must have a feeling, what it is. The scoreboard has first down, third down by the sticks on the sideline, as you see, and the officials are still looking at it.
Maybe they need another quarter to put in that thing to make sure you can get it in. You can see what the deal is. There he goes.
We're ready.
After review, it was determined, the ruling on the field is changed. It was determined that the runner was short of the line of game. Mm-hmm. It will be 3rd and 1 at the 22-yard line.
You're now 50-50 tonight.
Yeah, well.
You missed that one.
Better than 0 for 2.
All right, so it is
look on the bright side.
Yeah.
I was going to look on the bright
side. That's it, glass half full. So 3rd and 1 now for FIU with 17 seconds left. No timeouts remain for the Panthers. So if they're in bounds here, they'll have to rush to the line. Jenkins going to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes back at the 30.
Can't do that.
So they're going to have to line it up. Let's see if they get the field goal team on quickly. And they will. They've got some time here. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal. They get it lined up. There's the snap. There's the kick. And it is
no good.
No good.
Short.
So they take the sack. and the field goal winds up being about 9 yards further. And FIU, unfortunately for them, unable to cash in on the turnover late in the first half.
Wow. That was a first half full of mistakes, miscues, turnovers, penalties.
That's the end of the first half.
And just being dominated.
Yeah, here's the sack on third down.
You let someone go right into open hole. All you do is step down in front of the guy.
Yeah, Trainer made the play, and they elected not to just spike it and then stop the clock. They rushed the field goal team out there and then missed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought they might do. But
well, Delaware in its Conference USA opener. First time ever playing a conference game, 3 consecutive touchdowns. And Willie Simmons and FIU will have to regroup. It's 24-7 Delaware at halftime in Miami. Say opener, and Delaware has come to town. Their first ever game in the conference, 3 consecutive touchdowns, and they've got a 24-7 lead at halftime. Now last week, the Panthers were down 21-17 Florida Atlantic. They scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. They'll start it off with a return from Jean-Pierre from inside his own 10. And short of the 25-yard line, good special teams coverage by Delaware, who, Bo, terrific job offensively in that first half.
Yeah, I tell you, if you're a Delaware fan, you got to be pleased with what's going on here. 13 first downs that they've got, 5 for FIU. Total yards, 203 yards, 155 for FIU. But the turnovers for FIU, it just killed them in the penalty situation. Same thing. And meanwhile, Delaware's been playing a very, very good game all time, all day long, all evening long. Let me put it that way.
And a good job against Kewan Jenkins. So far in this game by the defense. There's DePlacy with the punt return for Delaware. Now first down, Jenkins over the middle for Perry, and that's broken up. Couple of defenders there. Cox may have gotten a piece of that ball first in that Delaware secondary.
Yeah, it was a dangerous throw. You had two defenders converging on the receiver Perry, and one of them knocked it out of his hands. That's you kind of feel like maybe the Keon is pressing a little bit at this point. There's still time. Let it come to you.
They'll give it to Owens. He's got some room here. Owens lowers the shoulder, gets to the 30. Closed on it pretty well. It's 3rd and 3 now. Owens had a 39-yard run in the first half, but other than that, Delaware has had him under wraps in a big way. John Owens came in, having a huge season, averaging over 100 yards a game. Here's 3rd and short. Jenkins to throw. Fires. Complete. First down across the 40. And that's Cayenne, the tight end.
Nice. Jenkins had a little pressure on him. One of the defensive rushers got around the corner, but he was able to step up and get that ball out.
They move quickly. Here's Owens pushing the line. And he got about 4 yards on first down.
Brought down by number 10.
Yeah. Nice pass, nice catch. I like this. Get up tempo. It's getting a little muggy out there, and you can try to wear this team down, but they look pretty fit.
Anderson goes in motion. Jenkins, handoff. Owens breaks the tackle. Keyshawn Owens to the 42-yard line. And a big burst and a gain of 12 on the ground. And this is the FIU offense everybody got used to the first 3 weeks of the season.
That's exactly what we've been used to seeing. Kewan going inside, outside, picking up yardage, the receivers catching footballs. Let's see if they can sustain it.
They came out storming last week with 3 touchdowns in the third quarter, right on this field. And they're trying to do it again, at least get that first one and get themselves within a couple of scores. Run it again to Owens, spin move, not much there, maybe got a couple of yards.
Tackle made by number 35, Gavin Mole.
Mole again, a very active junior linebacker for Delaware, second team Conference USA preseason, and he made the tackle.
I like to see these big offensive linemen lean on the blue hand defensive line, kind of wear them out and just keep grinding. I like this up tempo, just getting on the ball, calling the plays and running them.
Yeah, Carey now in it, running back again. Not much room there. That defensive line, Hunter, you see, has the size to him, clogged it up, and now it's 3rd down and 7.
And 58, Colin Gallagher.
Carey stays in the running back.
Seems to be a little confusion with the play calling coming in from the sideline. The receivers are kind of like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, it might be 4-down territory here as they're inside the 40. See what happens on 3rd down. Jenkins will throw. Out in the flat, complete McNeil. He is upended hard. He lost his helmet, but he's got it. And let's see where that spot is. Short of the 1st down. So no question, they go for it here.
Please reset the game clock to 11 minutes, 38 seconds.
Need a little more than a yard to pick it up. Well, that's a good tackle by Pollard, who's had a big game, couple of interceptions as well.
I'll tell you, this is a good tackling football team from inside out. The linebackers are dogs in there, and those guys on the outside, and they're not afraid to mix it up.
4th down. They run it. Carey breaks free. 1st down and more down the sideline and inside the 20.
Good blocking up front. You know, they whenever they can catch the corner, these running backs do really well. Good blocking up front, inside out.
FIU, a drive they desperately needed to start the 2nd half. Now they've got to make it count on the scoreboard. Jenkins, the give to Carey again, and they got in the backfield. Again, Mole was in there, so was Jack Hall on the defensive line. Gavin Mole's having himself a game. And you've got a handful of players on this Delaware team that you could say that about.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's like I said, they're offensively, defensively. They've got a lot of guys really laying it on the line for this one.
2 tight ends in the game for FIU. Now Cayenne, well, he'll stay in, split all the way out to the left. Dallas Payne split all the way out to the right. They spread the field. Jenkins stepping up, looking, throwing, end zone, incomplete. Oh, and he had his man open. Perry had some room. A flag comes down on the play, and this should be against FIU.
Yeah, looks like a holding, but that wide open, that ball just threw it too low. Plenty of room to squeeze it in there.
Holding. Offense, number 55. That penalty declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
So that's on Michelle, the tackle, but Delaware will decline the penalty and put him in 3rd and 11 instead of giving him the extra down.
Yeah, that was there for the taking. Right in there where you'll see the receiver come right over from your left side. There he is.
And there was the hold as well. So interesting because they could have start to push him further out of field goal range. They declined the penalty. 3rd and 11 at the 21. Jenkins will roll. Kiwan still looking. He's got to take it himself. And he's wrapped up and taken down. He got about 3 yards. 4th down now. You would think they've got to take the field goal. And they will go for the field goal attempt as Serentia comes on the field.
To that secondary, Cox, Evans, Scott, Seeley, see these out. They're playing very, very good coverage. Really putting the Panthers offense into a confusion mode because I'm not sure what they're doing, but very, very good coverage in the secondary.
So here's Serentia from 35 yards. And he's got it. So FIU ends that streak of 21 unanswered points by Delaware, and they open the 2nd half with a drive that puts them within 2 scores. It's the Blue Hens up by 2 touchdowns in Miami.
at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey, it's Spiro. And when you need to make your next local move, call the locally trusted expert, the Good Greek. As a former police officer and now as your trusted mover, I've made South Florida my home. So whether you're moving from Miami to Lauderdale or Boca to Stewart, call your local moving experts at Good Greek Moving and Storage. Our movers are professionally trained at our own Superhero Movers Academy to ensure the best move ever. Schedule your local move today at goodgreek.com.
Your superhero movers.
I hate calling my insurance company. They take forever.
Hey, remember, I got into an accident yesterday. Can you please call the car insurance company?
Oh! What else can possibly go wrong?
Don't worry, Peony Insurance is here to handle everything. At Peony Insurance, we cover it all. Home, auto, health, commercial, and everything under the sun. If you ever need anything, just contact your Peony Insurance agent and they will handle everything for you. Peony Insurance, we're here to make your life easier.
We are back here in Miami. Steve Goldstein, Kimbo Camper, Saturday night Conference USA opener. Kewan Jenkins and FIU Bo. They went 13 plays, 59 yards, settled for a field goal.
Yeah, that was tough. They had some opportunity. One wide open receiver in the end zone. Jenkins couldn't get it to a little behind and a little low. And so you have to settle for a field goal. But look, they got points. Let's, they just got to kind of get themselves settled down. But look, I don't see this Delaware team, cutting back on anything. They've been having their way since probably the middle of the first quarter.
They're averaging 5.5 yards a carry, Delaware tonight. Here's the kick. Pollard over to the sideline, tiptoes, across the 20. And that's where he's met, and that's where Delaware will begin. First drive of the second half for Minicucci, who was 14 of 23 in the first half, 113 yards, 1 touchdown pass.
Well, it's time for this FIU defense to step up here. I mean, you got them in a pretty good field position here. If you can force them to punt, maybe get a tackle for a loss and push them back, this will give you an opportunity to get back in the game.
Handoff there, and Silver got to the 24-yard line. Etienne's having a couple of pass breakups tonight, came up from the secondary.
Yeah, he stepped up into that hole and was able to get him down on the ground.
Silver, 10 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown in the first half after 179 on the ground and 2 touchdowns against UConn. Last week, he ripped one off for 70 yards in that game. Minicucci to throw. Sideline, Sessoms, the big tight end. He's run out of bounds by Celestine, who had the interception in the first half. It sets up 3rd and short.
Yeah, a little too easy, a little too soft in that coverage. Should have been a little tighter. You got to expect them to throw. If they're going to put that tight end, you got to expect them to throw to him. So.
Minicucci waits for that play to get in from the sideline. 3rd and 3 now. Opening drive, second half for the Blue Hens offense. Back to pass, pressured, he gets free. Minicucci still looking, he's going to tuck it and run. Taylor chasing him, and Minicucci got to the sticks. There you see the wheels. He's able to run that football, and he gains the first down.
Yeah, we knew he could run going into this. I mean, he had more yards than a running back coming into this football game. And so you have to be look, they put a lot of pressure on him, but you have to have one of your safeties come up the field and just wasn't able to get him before the yard marker.
New set of downs for Delaware. They run it to Silver, right up the middle. Aguilonier was in on the staff along with Johnny Chaney.
I'd like Simmons and Davis kind of get in there and then rough up the quarterback a little bit. At least make him pull the ball down every now and then and try to search for some receivers or get him to the ground.
Gain of a yard on first down. Minicucci in the flat, complete to DePlace. He's wrestled out of bounds by Levels. Got to the 36-yard line. So again, another third down situation.
Pretty good coverage, but still they're catching the ball, and the Panthers just kind of swatting at it, and they're able to make the plays.
And half the quarter already gone, more than half the quarter. This is 3rd and 5. Panthers looking for a big play defensively to give the ball back to Jenkins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. They run it, and Silver breaks free. First down. Etienne made the tackle. How about that? The confidence in this running game, Bo, and the offensive line to run it on 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Remember early in the game when they were coming up to the line of scrimmage, going up-tempo? They're not being up-tempo now. They're kind of taking their time, making their play calls. Let's get up to the line of scrimmage. Let's keep using the clock as much as we can. And look, they're again, this is kind of continuation from the first half, kind of wearing that defensive front down.
Drive continues. Short passes and the ground game for Delaware. Now they empty the backfield. 3 split out to the right, including Silver, the running back. Minicucci, a little out of the reach of DePlace. A late flag comes in on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage.
Could be a holding, defensive holding maybe.
Looks like an eligible man downfield.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 61. 5-yard penalty.
So that'll back him up 5 yards. That offensive line for Delaware has done a terrific job so far in this game.
Yeah, both on the run game, pass protection.
And another flag pre-snap. You didn't see any of this out of Delaware.
No.
Number 75.
Previously.
First down.
And back-to-back penalties. They had no penalties in the first half.
I was thinking they didn't. I didn't see any. On the other side, FIU had a bundle full of them.
Yeah, 6 for 53 yards. So this completely changes things. See the tackle moving there.
Yeah, moving on the right side.
Now back to 1st and 20. Did a good job earlier in this series on getting those 3rd and manageable to-go situations. Got some work to do to get back to that. Started with a run, and Silver gets 4 or 5. Cheney on the tackle, met him first. Silver able to push it ahead.
Yeah, didn't really have any opportunities to make any moves, so just kind of tried to bowl over him, and he was up to the tackle.
Yeah, Silver's an interesting guy. You know, I was talking to Ryan Carty this week. He said he's a coach's dream. A few years ago, he started, real smart guy, started researching, changed his nutrition, the way he takes care of himself. He had some injuries early in his career, and now he's the starting running back, and he's off to a great start to the season. Minicucci slings it out to Patterson. Oh, and then a hard hit coming up from the secondary by Mr. Clark. They got back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think 2 of the DBs kind of followed the same receiver, and then finally saw the throw coming and was able to come back and make a play on it.
3rd and 9 for Delaware.
Little coverage problem there.
Third down of the drive. FIU brings some heat. Minicucci throws, and it's incomplete. Oh, the flag comes in. Wow.
Etienne just hooked him at the last second. No chance to catch the football. And here you give him a penalty.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. 15-yard penalty.
Well, they call it on Thompson, who is back there along with Etienne. 2 of them in coverage. They brought some pressure, and a big mistake by FIU on 3rd down keeps the drive alive. Little grabby there from Preston Thompson. 1st down, Delaware at the FIU 41. Ellison gets the call this time. pushes across the 35-yard line. And boy, it's FIU had it once.
Yep.
This is the first drive for Delaware, and we're down under 4.5 to go in the quarter.
Like I said, I'm surprised they're going no huddle right here. They're just chewing up the clock with this long drive, being patient, taking things underneath, getting whatever they can get, and breaking a run or two here and there.
Ellison again. Big collision. And he got the first down.
Ellison Jr. Brought down by 0, Johnny Chaney Jr. And number 43, Robert Williams. First down, Delaware.
Yeah, you know what, the offensive line seems to be driving them to one side, and the running back cuts back, and you've only got one guy there to make a tackle, and he's got a two-way go every time they do it.
New set of downs at the 30-yard line. Minicucci slings it over the middle as a man wide open inside the 20 and down to the 14-yard line. It's Sean Wilson again, having himself a night. And Delaware having its way right now offensively on this drive.
Yeah, DB fell down, and that just opened everything up right there. You missed it. Got him falling down there, and plenty of room to run. Just a low cross, just a simple crossing route. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Ellison, play action. Minicucci to the end zone. Has a man. LeBoy made the catch, and he's in. Touchdown. Nick LeBoy from Minicucci, and Delaware's up 30-10.
Yeah, really nice pass. LeBoy laid out. Made sure his feet were in the end zone.
What a drive by the Blue Hens. Remember, they had a first and 20 after a couple of penalties, recovered from it, and they answered the FIU drive to open the second half where the Panthers got a field goal.
Yeah, Hens looking like a well-tuned machine, both sides of the ball.
The extra point is good. Delaware opens it up. It's a 3-touchdown lead on FIU. Well, the Delaware Blue Hens welcome the Conference USA, and Nick Minicucci finds Nick LeBoy for the second time tonight for a touchdown, and Delaware's up 31-10.
Yeah, it's coming out of the pocket there, looking wide open. Could see everything right in front of him and just laid it right where he needed to.
What a drive that was. They converted some third downs. They got helped by a defensive penalty. They get the touchdown after FIU started the half with a drive and a field goal, giving themselves perhaps an opportunity, but Delaware, in their Conference USA debut, up big. And this will be a touchback.
All right. Job for FIU. Put 6 points on the board, punch an extra point on it, and start getting some momentum. Because if you don't do something right now, this thing's getting out of hand, and it could just be out of hand all the way if you don't make something happen here.
Yeah, they missed the field goal just before halftime, but now forget all that. It's all about touchdowns for FIU. Possessions start to become an issue, especially if Delaware keeps moving the football and using the clock like they have.
Field goals don't do you any favors right now.
Jenkins looks downfield, doesn't have anybody, goes short to Payne, gain of a couple. He's pushed out of bounds by Cox.
Yeah, no, those guys, I tell you, Ali Khalil, good coverage. So this secondary is doing a really good job of covering the Panthers receivers. They're tight. They're close whenever the ball's thrown.
Oh, Owens bounces off, but the Delaware defense stays right with him, and down he goes. What a job up front by Delaware. Jack Hall led the way that time.
Hall led the way, bounced out, and Khalil was there to clean it up on the corner. You watch this defense is playing the way defenses need to play. Everyone fills their hole. Everyone is in their positions, and you don't let people get outside, turn the corner. Look at everybody's there, no holes, nowhere to go. Bounces around, stays upfield.
Colin Gallagher in the backfield. Now Jenkins to throw. Perry, and he's got the first down. Oh, that's a good throw by Jenkins to the sideline, and big Alex Perry in really desperation time. They had to have that one.
Yep, and look, they're getting on the ball. Got to do it.
First down. Owens again met right at the line of scrimmage. It's Jack Hall one more time at that defensive tackle spot.
Loss of a yard on the play. Tackle made by number 92, Skyler Schulte.
Loss of a yard, under a minute to go now here in the quarter.
Nice catch, shakes a tackle, but look, you see a lot of those helmets around the football.
And that was the first down catch, and they lost a yard on the ensuing play. Jenkins under pressure, spins away from Mole. Mole still chasing him, and Jenkins has to run out of bounds. He got about 2 yards. A little conversation there with one of his offensive linemen, Cedeno.
You know, they're getting pressure on Jenkins, and when there's pressure, the receivers downfield aren't getting open. You know, he's trying to buy time in there, and gets forced to run. You don't want to run the ball then. You want to find someone to throw it to, but no one's open. You can't throw it. See, we seen what happened when he threw it. Guys recovered.
Trying to get this play off before the quarter, and now that clock, well, it went to 0, and they didn't get the play off. So they try to speed it up and get that play in, but we will go to the fourth quarter, and it's really a stunner here in Miami. Delaware taking it to FIU so far. We go to the fourth, and it has been successful through 3 quarters. 31-10, fueled by the 21-point second quarter. That turned a 7-3 FIU lead into a big deficit. UD we get. UD is the name of the mascot, the Delaware Blue Hen Dancing. So there you go. You want an answer, you got it. Third down for Jenkins. Pressured, he gets away, takes on Mole, the tackler. Gets a few. It brings up 4th down. FIU at its own 44. Do you have to go for it here? I would think so.
I think so. I mean, but you look, you got no one. He has no one to throw the football to. He sidesteps, gets out of the pocket, looks down the field, and there's no one open.
So how about this? From their own 43, starting this 4th quarter, it's 4th and 5. They've got to get out to the 48-yard line to get a first down. Down by 21. Kewan Jenkins and this FIU offense. Big spot, they'll keep it on the ground, and Carey breaks free. Anthony Carey on the run to the 20. They may not catch him. Oh, they finally get him down inside the 5. What a huge play for FIU. Pollard lost his helmet, and he is down on the field. He made the touchdown-saving tackle.
Nice cut. Just sticks that foot in the ground and drives upfield, and all of a sudden, here you go. It's a foot race. Well, that was a heck of a run. When you talk about laying out, you talk about selling out, boy. That's the guy right there laying on the ground that sold out in that one to keep that from going in the end zone.
Yeah, Pollard's had a huge game for Delaware. Down on the field now. There's concern there. A couple of teammates, and KT Say taking a knee next to him as they tend to Pollard. FIU will have it at the 4-yard line. A huge run by Carey.
Well, this has got to, they've got to punch this in. They've got to, and look, I don't know if you punch it in quickly, get a score. You still got a long, long way to go.
That's Ryan Carty there in the black, head coach of Delaware, down on a knee. Pollard, good to see, sitting up now. It was a 53-yard run by Carey for the Panthers. Here it is again, the collision. Pollard from behind.
Yeah, I think he got his teammate came and gave him got a shot to the side of the head.
Yeah, that was Calabodi coming over to make the tackle as well.
Yeah. You a hit like that, you kind of, I remember you get these stingers that just kind of, boy, they just put you down, man.
Well, good to see Pollard up. See Frank Ponce there, clapping the hands as Pollard walks off the field. Boy, they don't get that 4th down. I mean, there's still 14 minutes to go, but this game, it might be done. Instead, what a turnaround. Anthony Carey with the big run. And now FIU with a golden opportunity to get within 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they got to get 7 on the board, no matter what it takes.
As you said, Bo, trouble guys getting open. So on 4th and 5, Willie Simmons goes to the ground.
Yeah.
You don't see that often. Here we go on 1st and goal. Jenkins himself, right side. And they snuffed it out. Hunter made the tackle, along with Karika.
Yeah, that's textbook defense. Everybody got their man in front of them. They're all going up. You get somebody up the field that turns it back in, doesn't let them get to the sidelines, and just hold your man and then let them run into you. And that's what they've been doing all night long, this Delaware team.
Carey remains in at running back. Jenkins has the touchdown tonight for FIU on a run back in the 1st quarter. They have not found the end zone since. 2nd and goal for FIU. Carey met in the backfield and nothing doing. They'll lose a yard on that play.
Wow.
Bronya, the senior from New Jersey, got the push.
Doesn't he look like a New Jersey guy? I mean,
he does look like a
Jersey. Ask me, where are you from? You don't even have to ask him, right? What part of New Jersey? What exit? What part of New Jersey are you from?
What exit? There you go.
You don't even have to ask him.
That's pretty good from a California guy like you. What exit? That's good.
Spent a lot of time in Jersey.
That's it. Well, now 3rd and goal, back at the 5. So 2 running plays yield a -1 yard. This time Jenkins will throw, end zone, out of the reach of Payne. That's incomplete. Nate Evans in coverage, and it's 4th and goal for the Panthers.
Yeah, you like to see him come out of that break a little harder, kind of rounding it off a little bit, and like push. There you go. I mean, look, you got to flatten out on that.
Well, another 4th down. Second time on this drive. They had 1st and goal at the 4. Now it's 4th and goal at the 5. Owens is the running back next to Jenkins. Jenkins looking, end zone, touchdown! Back of the end zone, Alex Perry. And the Panthers are alive. They convert on 4th down, and they'll leave the offense on the field here to go for the 2-point conversion. Kewan Jenkins now 4th all-time for FIU, 35th passing touchdown. There's the one that set it up, the Anthony Carey run on 4th down. Trying to get the play in here quickly for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, they've struggled getting plays in.
Yeah, and Alex Perry barking at the sideline. He wants to know what the play is. Perry split out to the right. 3 to the left.
Look, they just know it's.
Trying to get it within 13 points. Jenkins looking, he's pressured. He gets away. Kewan Jenkins running towards the goal line. Oh, he's caught from behind. He just couldn't get there. What an effort by Khalil Ali.
Yeah, it looked like he had it, but Khalil just stepped on the gas and dragged him down from the back foot.
A big play instead of a 13-point game. It's 15. There it is again. Got away from Matthews.
Almost had the knee on the ground right there. Or Khalil just kind of sprinted out.
31-16 now.
Man. You know, what we've seen out of this Panther team in the first 3 games of the season, you didn't expect this. I mean, they were pretty consistent in the way they played. Had a lot of big play opportunities. Didn't turn the ball over. Didn't do not a whole lot of penalties. Some, but not a whole lot. And boy, this has just been completely the opposite of what we expected and what we've seen.
There's Perry, caught the touchdown pass. Kelly for Delaware will get a return chance. And he's met inside the 20. Oh, the big stick there by Patterson. Now this FIU defense really has to go and have a big effort. Delaware, you would think, Bo, try to keep it on the ground, move that clock.
Somehow, some way, you got to turn the ball over. If it's a running play, try to dig it out and punch it out. As the guy's going down, just try to get hands on it and pry it out if you have to. But some way, somehow, they need to get this ball turned over real quick.
12-17 to go here at Pitt Bull Stadium. Minakuchi's going to throw over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Etienne got his hand on that football.
All right, Delaware in no hurry to get this snap off.
Yeah, Shannon now in there on that defensive line for FIU. Some personnel changes. 2nd and 10. This time they run it, and nothing doing in the backfield. You know who got there? Q Hill.
Big Q, number 700.
Lost a shoe. Quaylen's got to, instead of putting it on, he'll hustle the sideline.
Hustle over there, big guy.
On 3rd and long. Forget the shoe, get to the sideline. Hill, quickly. I think 3rd and 12 now. Clock moves. 11:40 to go in the game. Davis and Simmons back in on the edges. Minakuchi with time.
Ooh.
Deep middle and caught at the 50. Duplessis went up and made the catch. Oh, is that a huge play for Delaware? And Duplessis comes up holding that left hamstring.
Two defender right in the middle of two defenders. Plenty of protection, plenty of time to throw the ball. Puts it exactly where he wants to.
Duplessis had the big punt return for a touchdown back in the first half and gets a huge catch there. And Delaware in FIU territory, Duplessis on the sideline shaken up. And perhaps more importantly than where they are, that clock continues to roll. Minakuchi throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Levels had it hit him in the hands momentarily. Second down. Tell you what, Delaware, not trying to use clock, still being aggressive, going to the air here.
Simmons trying to get in there.
Close to a pick. Scored 44 points in an overtime win last week against Connecticut.
Well, we knew going in they could score points. That wasn't a question.
Minakuchi out wide. Pass complete, and then a real good effort by Wilson. Look at him pushing the pile. He gained 4 or 5 yards. Yeah. FIU thinks the ball was loose. They're looking under the pile. The Panthers think they have it. Referees disagree. It's third down.
Well, you can't give him. You can't let him just
stop. Third down.
Keep driving down the field, tackle him.
Yeah, the extra effort got it to third and 1.
Exactly. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not even, and he's still gaining yards.
Yeah, got about 7 extra yards.
Yeah.
So on third and 1, they run it to Ellison. He breaks free and gets the first down. Another big third down play by Delaware. We got an FIU player shaken up. Oh boy, and that's the freshman, Josiah McGrew.
Yep.
Really been terrific for FIU. Had a huge offseason, gained a starting spot as a freshman. And they attend to McGrew. We'll take a timeout, but a new set of downs for Delaware with 9:44 to go. And it's 31-16.
This is where your ambition takes flight, at a top-ranked research university in the heart of Miami. This is where we crush cancer, explore oceans, and pioneer sustainable solutions. This is where we push limits and challenge conventions, where tomorrow's leaders make their mark, studying storms, building resilience, and driving impact. This is where you harness your potential and grow unstoppable. Step into the future at Florida International University.
Make it work. Touchdown, Bearcats. Knocks down the
3. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh,
Life, it's joyous and at times challenging. At Baptist Health, we stand by you with the expertise you need and innovation that makes a difference. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey, it's Spiro. And when you need to make your next local move, call the locally trusted expert, the Good Greek. As a former police officer and now as your trusted mover, I've made South Florida my home. So whether you're moving from Miami to Lauderdale or Boca to Stewart, call your local moving experts at Good Greek Moving and Storage. Our movers are professionally trained at our own Superhero Movers Academy to ensure the best move ever. Schedule your local move today at goodgreek.com.
Superhero movers.
Nick Minakuchi and the Delaware offense. This is a huge drive after FIU scored to make it a 2-score game. third down conversions. Now with 9:44 to go. Delaware's got a first down at the Panthers' 33.
Clock's not the Panthers' friends right now.
Haven't been able to stop them in the second half at all. That's
well, you
been
could
the
say
issue
that,
really since the first quarter.
Yes, midway through the first quarter.
No.
Haven't had much help stopping them.
Now on the ground, it's Ellison. Gets up the middle. Again, a solid game. Got about 5, and that clock rolls.
Yeah, you're starting to see a little arm tackling. Guys just kind of throwing their arm out there instead of, getting their bodies in front of the runner and the blockers.
Minicucci will wait for that play clock now. Use as much time as possible. Ellison at running back. They give it to him. Simmons got a bump on him, but FIU unable to take him down. Got inside the 25, so close to the first down. Again, another third and short.
You get a hit almost at the line of scrimmage, and then there he goes for another 4 yards. There you go. 5-6 yards after contact.
They've done a good job of that throughout this game tonight. Byron Ellison, the senior. Minicucci keeping himself, pushes forward. And again, at the line of scrimmage, the Blue Hens do the job. It's another first down with 8 minutes left in the game.
First down, Delaware.
Minicucci has come in, started the season as the backup quarterback. The starter, Zach Marker, hurt right off the bat in week 1. And Minicucci has taken the reins, and he's getting close to leading Delaware to their first ever Conference USA win in their Conference USA debut.
Before the game, we were looking at the schedule. Hey, they win this game, and boy, they'll be doing pretty well. You played well against Penn State, and you got some momentum here. You had a big win over Florida Atlantic last week, and look, they come in and take care of Delaware, and man, things could be smooth sailing. And boy, did they got into a buzzsaw tonight.
No doubt. Incompletion there on first down stops the clock. FIU had a 7-3 lead after the first quarter, but Delaware took it over in the second quarter, including that special teams touchdown. Now in the second half, a couple of drives by the Panthers, for scores, but Delaware's responded with ball possession. Ellison. Cheney drags him down from behind, gets to the 15-yard line. It's a good gain on second down. He got about 7.
Again, 5 after contact, probably somewhere about that. 4 or 5 yards after contact.
That's really been the story of this drive.
You add all those things up, all those little extra 2 or 3 yards when you don't bring them down, and that's where you're sitting. That's why you're sitting at 31-16.
Less than 7 minutes to go. Ellison stays in at running back. Minicucci keeping himself, then the shovel pass to Ellison, and he carries more tacklers for another first down inside the 10.
Boy, that was a dangerous pitch. There was a lot of bodies in there, but he's able to put it on target.
What a drive by Delaware.
Good enough for a Delaware first down.
There you go, pulling people with them.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable.
How many times have we seen the backs being pushed back on a tackle today? Not very many.
Yep. They've got about 20 of the yards on this drive. They've got about 70 yards, 20 of them after
contact.
100%. Ellison, one more time, gets to the 6. Taylor in on the stop along with Cheney. 6 minutes to go. And, the failed 2-point conversion makes it at 15 points. So even if they have to settle for the field goal, it's almost as good because you still have a 3-score lead. If the 2-point conversion worked, the field goal would have still kept it at 16 But you know they're thinking touchdown if they
Absolutely.
can. Ellison set up behind Minakuchi. They give it to him. And FIU got in the backfield that time. Defensive play by Mr. Clark for a loss of a couple. But that time is running out on the Panthers quickly. Third down, Silver finally checks into the game. He'll stay in along with Ellison. So the two running backs are in there. Less than 5 minutes to go. Minakuchi back to pass. Throwing end zone. Touchdown. Wide open.
Easy touchdown.
Ellison. An amazing drive by Delaware, and a lot of it from Ellison. And the Blue Hens may have just salted it away.
You got Johnny Chaney in coverage there.
Tell you what, great play design. They had both running backs in there.
Yeah.
Protection for Minakuchi has been terrific all night. Another extra point is good. The Blue Hens with yet another long touchdown drive, and now with 4:45 to go.
You got a receiver that clears out, and you got Chaney who doesn't misses his coverage, and that's what you got.
Well, that Delaware sideline, they are pleased. What an effort by Delaware on the road tonight, playing their first ever Conference USA game. And in a lot of ways, Bo, they have been dominant in this game.
You know, what an introduction to Conference USA for Delaware to come in here in their first game in the conference and play like this against a team that we thought would certainly give them a much better game than we've seen. They've been efficient. They play really disciplined. They tackle well. They block hard. You got a really good quarterback that can run and throw the ball. You got a running back that's a couple of running backs that are very good, and receivers that know how to run routes. I mean, this is a very, very good-looking team.
38-16. Delaware with the lead. One mistake in the game by Minakuchi, late in that first half, threw the interception. FIU ended up missing the field goal. Other than that, it's been a sterling effort by the junior quarterback and the entire team.
There's not a lot to hang your hat on a game like this for FIU. But I'll tell you this: at this point, 4:45 to go in the game. If I'm Willie, I want to see who the guys are still giving effort. I want to see the guys who are out there still working, still trying to get their blocks on, running routes, and doing all the things that they need to do. That's really all you can do at this point if you're a coach on this football team.
First down run by Owens. He got 4 yards on the play. Jenkins and Perry. Good catch. Got the foot down. They're at the 45. That last Delaware drive, I mean, if you're the Blue Hens and Coach Ryan Carty, it's a thing of beauty. 16 plays, 82 yards in more than 9 minutes. It was right after FIU got within 2 scores. 4 minutes to go. Jenkins gets away. Looking, and it went out of his hand and then right back to him.
Fumble.
Was able to hold it after that ball jumped in the air.
How many times have we seen that today where Jenkins couldn't find anybody down the field, had to manufacture something trying to get out of the pocket, and really couldn't find anything to do, anywhere to go, anyone to throw it to?
And Jawarin Corbin was right there. Shove him out of bounds. Strange looking play.
I've seen a few of them.
FIU will go into the bye week, barring a miracle, at 2-2. Jenkins slings it outside. Lions will get out of bounds. Stop the clock. Delaware on their way to going to 3-1 on the season And just impressive after a come-from-behind win over Connecticut last week, 44-41 in overtime. They've come down here to Miami. First game in the state of Florida since 1948 for the program.
Yeah.
And they've got a huge lead late in the game. Jenkins, plenty of time. There's Payne. And they take him down a yard short of the first down. On all academic at this point.
Yeah, Delaware's just rushing 3 guys. Let them put a little bit of pressure on there and just cover downfield. Keep them in front of you.
Lions trying to pick up the first down. No one.
Chaney's down. He's up.
Lions did not get to the 45, so. No, yeah, he did. They give him the first down. They gave him the spot. That ball just touching the line, as you can see. But we'll come to the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Jenkins will come to the sideline. It's all Delaware here in Miami at 38-16 late in the fourth. Back, everybody. 2-minute timeout. Delaware on its way in its Conference USA debut. And not only a win, but a convincing win on the road. Here at FIU.
I thought this was going to be a little closer game, a little more competitive game. And look, FIU now they've got to kind of regroup. They got a week off and see what they can do and come back, bounce back. A lot as you always say, a lot of games left to play.
Yeah, they'll go to 2-2, and it'll be 3-1 for Delaware. First ever meeting between the two schools. Delaware wanted to use this game, kind of a gauge to see where they are. They've got to be happy with it. That ball bounced on Jenkins on the snap, able to get it off to Lyons, who's taken down at the 20-yard line. Catino made the stop for Delaware, but that's going to be quite a celebration in a couple of seconds on that sideline for the Blue Hens.
Yeah, I think Delaware's got some of the other players in, kind of giving some guys a chance.
Over to Lyons again. Couldn't break the tackle. You know, talking to Coach Carty this week, he told us that, hey, they wondered about the move to Conference USA because you lose some of the rivals that you always had. But he said former players, teammates of his from the 03 National Championship team, and the fans, it's just been a great vibe and well received. And now they'll be absolutely thrilled that they moved up to Conference USA because they're going to get a huge road win in their first ever conference game. First down inside the 30 for FIU. Jenkins will go the whole way at quarterback for the Panthers. Back to throw, over the middle, complete at the 25. Verdugo got upended. That's Jackson Verdugo, the freshman out of College Station, Texas. So, a number of the tight ends have gotten involved in the passing game tonight. But albeit Delaware playing pretty soft and back in that secondary. There's a shot over the middle. Verdugo again inside the 10. And taken down inside the 5, first and goal. Well, every drive in the second half for either team has been a long drive. First 4 have resulted in points. 2 apiece. Jenkins looks end zone. And that's out of the back of the end zone. JoJo Stone was out there, down to 24 seconds left.
Got some of the students still hanging in.
Hey, you got to be loyal.
Yeah, you're darn right.
You got to stick with it. Now Jenkins taking himself. He scrambles and to the goal line down. just before clock rolls. And he'll try to get one more snap off here. And Jenkins, well, they'll say that was good for a spike. So one play to go here. Delaware is going to get the victory. You know, so much to look at they'll be happy with, but I'll tell you why this was such a clean game for Delaware. Only 2 5-yard penalties on the night. Had the one turnover, that was it. Special teams touchdown on the punt return.
Yeah.
Jenkins throws, end zone for Perry, incomplete. And a fitting way for the game to end. Tight coverage back there by Calabodi. And the Delaware Blue Hens in their Conference USA debut come south to Miami and get a big win over FIU, 38-16, the final. What a story Minakuchi is becoming at Delaware. Coming off the bench after the injury to the starter in game number 1. And he continues to lead his offense and his team to wins.
Yeah, he's got a pretty cool customer back there. Puts the ball on target a lot. He's patient. Doesn't get shook up very much, and he's got that. He didn't run as much tonight as we thought maybe he would, but he certainly did the job with his arm and let his running backs be the ones that carried the load.
Well, the Blue Hens came in, and they did the job in every facet of the game. There's Joe Silver at the big game last week against Connecticut. He had a touchdown run. Minakuchi threw to LeBoy. That's the first of 2 to Nick LeBoy on the night. And the Blue Hens, Bo, really in that second quarter just took this game over.
Boy, yeah, and here it is, one of the biggest play of the game. Right there, you get that it's so demoralizing when you get a punt returned all the way for the touchdown, but there it was right there, and bad tackling, and here we go, another play that just works to perfection. Everyone's where they're supposed to be, and the defense isn't. So, it's going to be tough watching the tapes of this game and seeing what went on. But look, it's over now. Nothing you can do about it, and learn from it and see what you can do the next time out.
Amazingly, the yards were basically even. 359 for FIU and 358 for Delaware. But the Blue Hens, they're going to have a nice flight back to Delaware.
Shows you that stats don't always tell the story, right?
100%. They do not. And also Delaware was able to cash in when they got down in that red zone. FIU had a red zone turnover early in the game. So the final in the Conference USA opener, Delaware beats FIU 38-16 for Kim Bocamper. The rest of our terrific crew here in Miami. Steve Goldstein saying goodnight from Pitbull Stadium.